welcome. It is Christmas Eve, my favorite day of the year. I'm so excited. But I wanted to jump on here really quick in the middle of, I woke up at, this is how excited I am. I woke up at 5:30 this morning and I couldn't go back to sleep, and I got up and I started cleaning the house and baking sugar cookies and just getting ready. And doing all this stuff that I didn't even need to do, but I was just so excited and I couldn't sleep anymore. So it's Christmas Eve. We're about to head up to Phoenix to see Corey's family. And Merry Christmas. And I wanted to jump on here because one of the women in my Heartkeeper Circle membership, when I posted my live video from yesterday, was talking about how she really struggles with impatience and with not wanting to wait while she's in the process of manifesting. And I can totally relate to this. I am the same way. When I decide I want something, I want it yesterday. I want it all, and I want it delivered, and I want it delivered yesterday. So I wanted to speak to this because it's something that I have really done a lot of work on, and honestly, I'm still a work in progress. I'm still improving and getting better and learning how to really tap into my power in manifestation and not victimhood and not this impatience and not why hasn't it happened yet? So the first thing I wanted to share with you is one of the things we can do is stay connected to all of our desires, not just that main desire that feels like it's taking forever, but to every single desire that we have. And I always have a running desire list going, and sometimes it's huge things on this list, and from the very big to the very small to I need to buy a skillet that works on the stovetop and the oven. That's something so small, I can go and buy that tomorrow. I haven't done it yet, but it's on my desire list. So I have a running desire list, and I get to work with this all the time of seeing things that I want come into my life. And so whether I am the one that goes out and buys it for myself, or someone buys it for me, a client gives a gift, my boyfriend gets it for me, or there's any number of ways. And one of the things that I haven't always done, but sometimes I've done, is when a desire comes in, I will write a little thank you next to it to whoever brought that into my life. And then the desire journal also becomes a gratitude journal. So just really staying tapped into the fact that we want all kinds of things, and we can play in this beautiful dance of desire and gratitude as we make our way through, as we navigate this. The next thing is to notice and appreciate even the smallest signs that your desire is on the way. So when I was dating, even if a guy would open the door for me, I would take that as evidence. Or if one of my friends met a really great guy, I would take that as evidence of what's possible. And so I would just start to stack up evidence that my person was on the way. And this was really powerful because sometimes we can look at when good things happen to other people as we get frustrated of why not me? Why hasn't it happened for me yet? But it's actually something that we can use as evidence that what we want is possible and that it's happening all around us. And we can just say, I must be next, So really making it a positive thing and looking everywhere for evidence, and even the smallest thing counts towards evidence that what you want is coming for you. And this isn't something that I wrote in my notes, but I have this belief that when something's meant for us, we couldn't even stop it if we wanted to. So we don't have to make it happen. We more just have to surrender into it and do our part, do the work on our end, whatever that is. And let's not even call it work, but do the processes, and maybe take aligned action when we're supposed to. So the third thing is to take radical responsibility for what we have created in our life. And this is what my video yesterday was about. It's not posted here anymore, but it is in my Heartkeeper Circle Facebook group. So you can watch the entire 15-minute transmission for free if you join the Heartkeepers Circle. Plus you get a ton of other great stuff. We've got probably 25, maybe 30 hours of pre-recorded content at this point. Plus you get a Q&A with me 2 times per month. And then a training every single month. So it's an amazing membership. And you can try it for free for 1 month. But taking radical responsibility for our part, which is a huge part. We have so much power in the creation of our life, and we do co-create with the masculine, with God, with money, with men, but we have a huge part to play, and having is evidence of wanting. And I go way deeper into this in my video from yesterday. And then the fifth thing is just being in this dance between doing our part and then being in full surrender to God. And this is where we can really settle some of our impatience, is just knowing that we're in really good hands and that God's got us and we've done our part. And now it's the work, or the invitation. I kind of want to get away from saying work, but the invitation here is to just fully surrender into trust. And it does take practice. And then the last thing is to romanticize your life as it is now. This is your life. Your life doesn't start when the next thing happens that you want to happen. It doesn't like, we kind of tend to put things on hold until like, well, once I graduate, my life will start. And then once, all these milestones, like once this happens, then my life is going to start. Like, no, this is your life right now. And something that's so helpful for me, one of my mentors always used to say, is how do you want to tell the story in hindsight? So looking back, how do I want to tell the story of, do I want to be like a sad, bratty, impatient little girl? Sometimes I do. And there's nothing wrong with that. But being aware. Or how do I want to remember it? Like, what do I want to remember? I always tell people, like, if this was the last 6 months you were going to be single, how would you want that time to be? How would you want to remember that? What things would you want to do? And how would you want to tell the story in hindsight? So making your life a party now and not waiting for anything to happen before you start fully living and fully embracing and romanticizing your life. I hope this was helpful. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Membership is always open and it's always free the first month. And there's a ton of content to binge and a bunch of amazing stuff coming in January. So there's a link in my bio to join, and I would love to see you inside.